Today, I'm going to predict which home will go under deposit over the next week. Of all the active inventory we have in town, I'm going to make a prediction based on real evidence. If you've been following this channel for a while, you see the market update videos we put out every week where I go over the stats in town. These stats start to paint a picture. And if we look at the key indicators, we can actually predict which homes will sell and which homes will not. Which, if you're a seller, that's a very useful tool because that can help us strategically position you for maximum results. And if you're a buyer, it's helpful because that helps you understand where you need to be a little bit more aggressive and where you could be a little bit more patient in terms of the properties that you're interested in. So, if you are interested in any or our most recent market update video in town where I really dive into these numbers, just drop a comment below and I'll send you our most recent video. So it's up to date info on the market. But for the purposes of this video here, I'm going to use those statistics to predict which home will be under deposit over the next 7 days. Then we'll touch base next week to see if I was right or if I was wrong. Okay. So right now, I have all of the active inventory in West Hartford. We're looking at single family homes only on the MLS, right? And I did a quick look over the active inventory before I went live here. And as you can see, there are 26 homes for sale currently. And in our most recent update, I've shared there have been 40 pendings here in the past 30 days. So what that tells us is there's about 10 homes that sell every week on average, give or take, right now based on current market data. So that doesn't mean exactly 10 will sell this week, of course, but the top 10 based on price and condition per square foot will sell. So I started to look through, and the first thing I looked at was some of the newer properties. Because quite honestly, with the average days on market being less than a week, if a home is priced right for what it is out of the gate, it has a high probability of selling. So I went through the inventory. The new properties really caught my attention first. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything jumping out in terms of value on homes that have been sitting more than 2 weeks. But to me, there's a clear favorite on which home will surely be under deposit in the next week in town. And again, this is just a prediction based on evidence and numbers, and we'll check back next week. I do not personally, full disclosure, have a buyer that is interested in this property right now. This is just me looking at the market in general and making a prediction. So the property I wanted to share with you is this one over on 248 Penn Drive. I'm going to share a little bit of why I picked this property. So first, it's got a list price of $514,900. This is right around the median price point in town right now. On our last video, that was $540,000. So this is in that range. That tells me we're in one of the most popular buying price ranges with this particular property. So that's one of the reasons I picked it. The square footage is 1,494 above grade. So the price per square foot here is in line with what is selling and the comps. It's got a classic look from the outside. It's in a popular neighborhood in the Morley School District, where if we looked at past sales in this particular neighborhood, it is in line. You could tell from the pictures initially it's well kept. It has some good curb appeal for the time of year. And then as I went and looked at the inside of the property, it's got nice neutral colors. It's got hardwood floors, a lot of things buyers are looking for. It has a nice, fresh, clean look. Kitchen's been updated at some point. Doesn't look brand new within the past couple of years, but at some point it was updated with nice cabinets, backsplash, countertops, and appliances. So the condition of the property, the price point was important. It's what got me here. But then as I'm looking through it as well, the condition is equally as on par with the pricing and the neighborhood and everything else it has going for it. The basement's unfinished or partially finished, if you will, but it's got some cool character down there with the fireplace, good windows, good private backyard. And this is actually, as we're going through this is important. A lot of sellers worry about their yard this time of year because it doesn't look nice. The flowers aren't out. You know, buyers are comparing your yard to everybody else's yard. Nobody's yard has flowers out right now. Everybody's yard has, leaves and some debris here and there. Um, so this property for the time of year shows really well to anything else a buyer is going to look at. So it is for those reasons that I predict this house will be one that sells this week in town. Now, I'll jump on next week, same day, same time, and we'll evaluate to see what I got right, what I got wrong, so we can all learn together, right? Doing videos like this, the goal of it is to help future buyers and sellers prepare and take what we've learned from the market and the market stats and use that to their advantage when the time's right for them. So if you have any questions on any of this, please don't be shy. You can call, text, email. My team and I, we are always happy to talk. Hope this video helps.